The Wire follows the institutions and bureaucracies of Baltimore, Maryland, which allows the city's drug trade to flow. What starts off as a seemingly simple cops versus drug dealers police drama quickly expands into something much more, something which explores the print news media, the schooling system, the city's ports, which brings in the drugs, and much more. Created by David Simon, who incidentally blocked me on Twitter and called me an asshole and a shitheel, some of the primary characters include gangsters such as Stringer Bell, Avon Barksdale, and Marlo Stanfield. In Season 3, while the Barksdales are the top dogs on the West Side, Marlo emerges as a major player and competitor to the Barksdales, engaging in a street war with Avon at a time when Stringer and much of the Baltimore drug trade were becoming more diplomatic and less violent. Avon and Marlo, however, are built different, and their war is bloody and fierce, eventually ending when Stringer betrays Avon to the cops, sending him to prison. With Stringer himself being given up by Avon to Brother Mouzone, it's free real estate for Marlo and the Stanfield organization, who swoop in and swallow up former Barksdale territories. Marlo is one of the most hated and unlikable characters in the show. He is cold, without mercy, and has a soulless vibe about him. It's a common sight in the show to see his two minions, Chris and Snoop, ghoulishly amble around the city looking for their next victim, looking for whoever Marlo has marked for death. He has people killed who fail him. He has people killed who talk bad about him. He even kills the poor security guard for doing his job and standing up to him. It's a scene many Wire fans like to use to compare to a scene in Season 1 when Avon berates the referee, where he slams him for not standing up for himself. No doubt on a level Avon would have respected the security guard. I mean, Avon wouldn't have stolen a lollipop in the first place just because his ego got bruised when losing a card game. In any case, a man who Avon would have respected, Marlo killed, which kind of sums the man up. But the point is, Marlo is completely ruthless, very scary, lacks the ethics and values the older gangsters possessed, and he kills people for the tiniest of slights. He wanted to dominate others. They feared him, they didn't respect him. It has led many to even question why a man as capable as Chris would even work for him, which we can discuss in another video. But Marlo is loyal to no one. He wants the crown and the crown alone. But in today's video, I wanted to take a look at just one scene offering a bit of a counter-narrative, a bit of a pushback. Marlo is seen by some as one-dimensionally sociopathic and evil, having lucked his way to the top with the fall of the Barksdales. Would have been killed by Slim Charles had the cops not burst in on Avon's crew, and then later in the show he is not apprehended by the cops because they lack the resources and don't want to open the vacants up. So he's lucky and lacks charisma and wouldn't be in the position he got to, would it not have been for a number of circumstances. But dare I say it, Marlo was an effective leader. That's not really the first thing you associate with Marlo. Avon for sure, and we never saw Marlo engage first-hand in conflict or anything with his people. He doesn't really have a scene of some kind of genius decision-making, and there's actually several scenes of him looking to Chris to make a decision, like here when they're trying to decide what to do about Lex. But there is one scene that displays Marlo's leadership capabilities on full display, and it's when he summons Fruit being one of his men who holds a corner. Let's take a look at the scene, which I've chopped up to avoid copyright.
Your number's way down, Fruit. Way down.
That's Barksdale's people. And they clipping the dope fiends coming up Fremont.
You know, when I ran a shop and my numbers dropped, I damn sure did something about it.
Yeah, I hear that.
I just want to move. Take the youngins with you. Give them a workout.
So Marlo questions Fruit on his poor returns. Fruit blames the Barksdales, and Marlo points to these two 47-year-old kids to be used as backup against the Barksdales. It's a short and simple scene, but it provides a rare insight into how Marlo works with his underlings. Of course, the fear factor is definitely there. Fruit looks pretty uncomfortable. But there's no Joe Pesci verbal beatdown. Marlo doesn't criticize him or swear at him. He doesn't need to. There's two hard men right here. And for all Fruit knows, the wrong answer may mean they pop him right there. He gets the message, so Marlo doesn't need to mention it. Instead, Marlo makes Fruit aware that the situation is unacceptable, allows Fruit to offer an explanation, and once Fruit has given it to him, Marlo offers a remedy, even providing the support to do so. Marlo may have suspected Fruit was skimming off the top, but rather than have him killed as we might assume he would, he hears Fruit out. You could take this exact situation and have it play out in an office with an area manager and a CEO. Marlo, having taken a look at his weekly numbers, notices a decline and sets up a meeting. He gives his employee the report that his numbers are subpar, he's not meeting his KPIs, makes a clear insinuation that similar further results could result in termination, offers a solution on how said situation can be resolved, and even offers the services of 2 apprentices as tangible help. In addition to this, Marlo evoked his own history, talking about what he did when he ran a shop. I'm sure many of us have had similar conversations with our bosses, where they talk about where they were at our age. It may make us roll our eyes in some ways, but in other ways it's inspiring. It may be a stretch to say this, but Marlo is doing something quite rare for him and connecting with Fruit on a human level. I wasn't always this amazing, you know. I wasn't born at the top. Once I ran a shop like you, and look where I am today. Maybe one day you could do the same. That kind of thing.
I mean, you a natural businessman, right?
It's interesting that this scene takes place just before a scene after the district commanders have been getting their asses chewed out by rules at the Comstat meetings. Those are area managers like Fruit, but they are hampered by bureaucratic red tape and higher ups who are not on the same page as them, who do not offer them support and instead slam them for their failures. There was no such hampering for Fruit, and it highlights why the drug world can be so effective, because there isn't the kind of red tape that handicaps the district commanders. It's just a case of take the young'uns and get the job done. So there you have it. There's a lot more that can be said about Marlo. He's a character I haven't quite yet sunk my teeth into on the channel. Let me know if you would like to see more analysis on him down in the comments section below. And thanks for watching.